It's been confirmed. The Rangers just tweeted it out. Patrick Kane, as we all expected, is officially a blue shirt. The actual details of the trade have not been confirmed yet, but according to the Daily Faceoff and Frank Saravelli, the New York Rangers are acquiring Patrick Kane for a 2023 conditional second round pick and a fourth round pick. The condition is rumored to be that the second transforms to a first if the Rangers make the conference final, but it's also pushed back to 2024 or 2025. And if that seems like not a lot of return for Patrick Kane, I mean, in an ordinary situation, I would agree, but this was not an ordinary situation. Kane had all the power here. Chicago has zero chance of making the playoffs. Kane really only wanted to go to the Rangers, apparently, so they had to make some sort of deal. And if that second becomes a first, it doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty good, in fact. Now, there is still a missing piece to this trade. Obviously, Chicago will be retaining half salary. Another team will be jumping in. Rumors are that it'll be Arizona, and the Rangers will have to give away a pick for that, but otherwise, yeah, the trade is done. People said it would be announced after 5 p.m. Eastern time today, and it was. That's largely due to cap reasons and how the cap accrues day after day. Kane could be playing with the Rangers as early as tomorrow for their game against Philadelphia, which feels like a nice and appropriate introduction for Kane. And I gotta say, right now, the Rangers' top six looks pretty deadly. The first line will probably be something like Kreider, Zibanejad, Tarasenko. Then we could have Panarin, Trocheck, and Kane. Obviously, you want to have that Panarin-Kane connection. Then you want someone with a bit more grit to actually get the puck. And then you'll have the kid line. Then probably VC, Gaudreau, and maybe Tyler Mott for a great fourth line. Anyway, that was only one of many trades in the NHL today. And honestly, today was probably the most exciting sort of, it's not trade deadline, but trade deadline week that I can remember. And there were some weird ones. We had Rasmus Sandin to Washington for Eric Gustafsson in a first rounder. We had Luke Schenn to Toronto for a third. And I saw on Twitter that right now the Leafs have 9 defensemen signed for $21 million. Probably part of the reason Sandin was moved out. And I wouldn't be surprised to see another one moved. If the Leafs can get Hall out, I think they'd probably take that. Although it didn't have the pure kind of superstar powered name recognition of Kane, arguably the biggest deal of the day was Mattias Ekholm to the Oilers. I like watching the Oilers. I'm glad they went this way and not a crazy Karlsson deal, which to me never made any sense. Ekholm is good defensively. The advanced stat says that he's effective on the breakout. And I mean, you need to get the puck to your superstars. And they're also getting him with 3 years left on their contract, but he's also 32. It could look less good towards the end there. Still, Edmonton has far and away the best player in the world. You gotta do it. In exchange, Edmonton's giving up Tyson Barrie, Reed Schaefer, and a first and fourth round pick. Another move I really like for everyone involved, the Edmonton Oilers also got rid of Jesse Puljujarvi. Honestly, Puljujarvi was just not working in Edmonton. I think he's a good player, but honestly, the Canadian media, especially the Edmonton media, it could just do it to people. And he had a $3 million cap hit. So with the Oilers moving him for the signing rights to a prospect, they essentially have $3 million more in cap space to gear up for the playoffs. Where's he going? Well, that's the interesting bit. He's going to Carolina, arguably one of the top dogs in the East. Not even arguably, definitely one of the top dogs in the East. And I guess they're assuming the player will have an immediate impact. I don't know if I would make this deal if I were Carolina. Either you think he's a good enough prospect that you're willing to not save that cap space for something else this year, or you think a change of scenery will make an immediate impact and he can contribute for this playoff run. I don't know. I'm still waiting for Carolina to do a bit more. The whole East is like gearing up, so we'll see. There are definitely other trades I missed. I can only talk about so many today. There's rumored to be something coming out of Vancouver. The big name is Brock Besser. I've also heard JT Miller. I don't think JT Miller gets moved this year, though. He just signed that big 7-year, $56 million contract. That's a $8 million cap hit, and he hasn't been having a great year, really, to put it lightly. Definitely a bit of contract regret there from Vancouver's end, and they won't be retaining salary on a 7-year contract. That's like a full rebuild plus years. Two of the other big players people are wondering about, Jacob Chychrun, obviously, and Erik Karlsson. I said the same thing about Karlsson. His contract is just too big, it's too gaudy, and it's too long. I don't think he's being moved. I'm really glad Edmonton didn't take the bait. Chychrun, I don't even know. I remember this exact discussion last year around trade deadline, so I guess we'll see. Overall, what an exciting day. What an exciting trade deadline week so far. Really past 2 weeks. I'm not just saying that because the Rangers got Tarasenko and Kane. It's been awesome to see teams, even in this difficult cap situation, creatively acquire assets and tool up for the future. Definitely great that the bottom feeder teams each have 4 salary retaining slots, and it also gives them the opportunity to build up for the future. Just just my thoughts though. Let me know what you think down below.